Welcome to the Fashion Room, where Bay Style steps inside, a show about youth culture and fashion in Nelson Mandela Bay, mixing fashion, style, and creativity. My name is Bulelo Akope, and I am your favorite fashion host with the most. Today's episode, I am not alone. I am with Thomas Lee, a fashion designer, stylist, and illustrator in Gqeberha. Thomas creates women's wear with a touch of evening fantasy and Bratz-inspired illustrations. He's also a stylist for Goodnight Productions, where he styles performers. Welcome, Thomas.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here today.
Right?
Yes.
We are glad to have you. Thomas, for people who are not familiar with you, tell us, who is Thomas?
Who is Thomas? Thomas Lee is a designer that specializes in women's wear, and my main focus is to create an unattainable fantasy of some sorts, to really go into vanity and express that in a very sensual and spicy kind of way. So trying to give women power through the art of fashion.
Love that. Woman power.
Yes, of course.
And then how would you describe yourself as a fashion designer in Gqeberha?
As myself, as a fashion designer, so I am a freelance fashion designer, but I also do illustration on the side and then styling. So I try and mix all three of those things under one cohesive umbrella of some sort.
Yes.
So I like to take a little bit from there, a little bit there, and trying to mix something to create something that is unique and visually appealing.
I love that. And when did you begin your journey as a fashion designer?
So I always tell people it's a little bit difficult when I say how long I have been designing for. So my third year, I studied at Nelson Mandela University. So I studied a Bachelor of Visual Arts and then specialized in fashion design.
Yes.
And my third year was in 2019. So I graduated in the beginning of 2020, just basically as COVID hit.
Yes.
And then I decided to take a little bit of a sabbatical of some sorts, because I was very young, out of varsity, you don't really know what you want to do. And it's a bit difficult sometimes being a creative as well. A lot of unsurety sometimes. And then I took a bit of a break for about 2 years and then did a bit of a side quest and studied software and programming that lots of people don't know. I did that for a year and a half as a backup of some sort, if I'm being quite honest. And then I decided one day, you know what, this actually isn't for me. Fashion has always been a big part of me, and I've always wanted to be an artist. Ever since I was younger, I always knew that I wanted to do this. So then I essentially dropped out and I said, I'm not going to continue with this. And then from 2023, I just went full steam ahead and went and started my fashion journey again.
I love that you started your fashion journey again.
Yes.
Your brand has a very distinctive aesthetic. Can you tell us about that aesthetic?
So I am inspired a lot by music, nightlife culture, and also animation of some sort. So I grew up watching like cartoons such as Winx and Witch and Bratz. So I like to, it's almost like a fantasy that you play. I really enjoy bringing a fantasy to life or transforming someone that you necessarily, I don't know how to explain it, but you almost create a fantasy. You feed into that. And I love that you create a fantasy. Yes, I think it's very important, because reality sometimes can be so mundane, and creating a fantasy
allows you to be.
It allows you to express yourself. And just because you are a certain way or you express yourself in a certain way doesn't mean that is who you are 100% of the time. Self-expression is a very unique thing to every individual.
Thomas, we've seen who you are, your aesthetic style. Now, can you show us your 3 designs?
Okay, so the first design, or the first range that I could show you, is a range that I created at the end of 2023 called Sirenix, which tells the story of a mermaid that has lost her voice, and she has to come to the human world to experience life and what it means to fall in love. Only then she can return back to the ocean. So with that range, it was a full monochromatic look of just silver from outfit 1 to outfit 7. And it showcases, so it begins in a very short, kind of very sexy nighttime outfit. And as the range continues, it gets longer and more covered up. So it shows her journey of basically growing her armor. And at the end, the final dress is basically super flowy, which symbolizes her getting her voice and her tail back. And then she can return back to the ocean. And that was very much inspired, actually, about all my inspiration, either besides coming from music, I really take inspiration from my own life. So Sirenix was actually inspired about me being kind of having this very crazy experience with someone, about falling in love with someone, and you have to part ways. So I based the mermaid in my story based off me, about having to endure a year of finding yourself as a creative, what you want to do, your passions and everything, and how that heartbreak, for example, can transform into something beautiful and you finding your passion again.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
I love that. That's very, what do they say? People can relate to that.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the second range that I did, which was in 2024, which was something a bit more fun and spicy. I called that Stella's Corner, the girl in the mirror. And I was just sitting the one night and I was like, I really want to try and do something different, something fun, and something not that serious. So that was very much more of a passion project for me. And it was a series of 8 different videos. And it was all just nighttime looks. So going out outfits, hitting the club, all of that. So the whole range was black and it involved a lot of pleather and sequins. And I shot it all on my cell phone in my bedroom, and I got 7 different girls. And I hit up all my friends and I was like, do you want to be a part of this project? I was like, I don't exactly know what it's about, but would you be keen? And everyone was like, yes, let's do it. And the whole concept about Stella's Corner was about a girl, and every night, each dress that she puts on, she transforms into a different person physically. So every girl looked completely different. And that was the point. It was about how fashion can transform the wearer into almost like a chameleon. So it wasn't something too serious, but that actually, I didn't think anything of the time, but I was so passionate about it. And then I ended up showcasing it in Johannesburg that same year, which was really exciting. Yes.
That is good. How did that come about?
I was just posting, and then my one friend sent me this link that this model agency, Rage Models, they were doing a fashion show. And I think I had like a deadline of a week or something, and I just submitted all the things that I was busy with, and I didn't think much of it. And like 2-3 weeks went by and I didn't hear anything. So I was like, okay, it's probably not going to happen. Cool. And then I got a call the one day, and then they were like, we really like this stuff. Can you showcase? We're keen to have you. And I was like, okay, so something that you think sometimes is just shot on your phone or something that's not that significant can turn into something bigger.
Love that. And your final look?
And my final look, it's actually not completed yet. I'm still currently working on it. I started working on it last year. It's called Love Bite. And that also tells a story about a relationship, basically. And the colors that I've used in that is also blacks, leathers, but also shades of purples and lots of chains that are involved. So it tells a story of an angel that has fallen from heaven. And it starts being in all black. And as the range progresses, the black starts breaking away, and the purple starts being released. And then the fabric changes to soft, flowy tulle and mesh, which symbolizes bruises. And as the metal or the armor falls away, all the bruises are exposed, so showing power in vulnerability.
I love how you described all your designs and your looks. It's really giving what you say, the fantasy world.
So I'm someone that I'm always living in my own world. Even as a child, I always say I live halfway between reality and fantasy. It's really where I feel like my most comfortable and my most powerful is the the ideas and the fantasy that I live in my mind.
Okay, love that. So now we're going to the spotlight. And on the spotlight, we're looking at Tebe Magugu collaborating with the iconic Mount Nelson, a Belmont hotel, to celebrate 10 years of his brand. He designed a luxury Tebe Magugu suite inside the hotel, African-inspired interiors, custom art. He created Magugu House, a space for fashion art, exhibitions, and cultural events. The project blends fashion design, hospitality, and it's a strong example of how fashion designers can turn their brand into a full lifestyle experience. Thomas, how do you feel about fashion designers going beyond the fashion industry to collaborate with other industries?
I think it's a really amazing thing, and especially as a fashion designer or any creative
Yes.
of any nature, I think it's really important to collaborate and push the boundaries of yourself and see who you can work with. So if you work, always say fashion goes hand in hand with film as well.
Yes.
It really can create a beautiful narrative. Also, going back to the whole fantasy aspect,
Yes.
it's sometimes more than just fashion, more than film. You create an experience, and you can work on so many different projects.
Yes.
You can
Yeah.
so many different projects,
Yeah.
and it's really about putting yourself out
Yes,
there, networking.
Definitely. I just want to show you the picture of, like, you see how it looks?
Yes,
Beautiful, right?
stunning.
And let's look at what the influencers wore, just to look and have fun, you know?
Yes, of course.
These are like our influencers, Sarah Langa. How do you feel about this outfit?
Which one?
This one.
The middle one.
No, this lady.
That one.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a very nice boho chic kind
Yeah.
of outfit that you can either dress up or dress down, wear to a
Right.
few multiple events. You could wear that to a daytime festival, but you could also, go out, grab a coffee or lunch with your friend,
Right.
go out shopping. I think
Yes.
it's very important to dress for versatility.
Right. This is my favorite, Naledi Khadebe.
Yes.
She's wearing actually Tebe,
That's so stunning.
right?
So beautiful.
Silk printed.
Something so casual but elevated that you can just throw on, and you just look good, you feel good.
Yes. Lastly, Boiti Tulo.
That's my favorite out
Right?
of them all. Yes.
And it's so cinching her body.
Stunning, and I think it's a very cohesive look. I think because everything is also like almost monotone, or it's all everything matches. I love dressing like
Yes.
that, almost in like one color completely.
I love that too.
I
I'm
still
always
do.
trying like one color.
Yes, I know lots of people like color blocking and incorporating a few different kinds of styles.
Yes.
But I really do love when people dress
One.
all in one,
Yes.
where your whole outfit is either blue or black or gold, where your jewelry to your top, to your pants, your shoes, everything is just one cohesive look.
Love that. So we've spoken about that. Now we're going to play a fun game.
Okay, I'm ready.
Yes, just to zhuzh up. So it's called Style or Scrape It.
Okay.
Or Scrap It. I don't know. English is not my first language. Sequence. How would you style sequence or scrap?
Style, love sequins.
Right?
I'm always covered. Whenever I go out, my friends are always like, there's a sequin on your face or your arm, or I'm constantly working with sequins. So love,
Yeah.
my fave.
Right.
Yes.
How would you style it if you were to?
I would style it with leather, something very hard, just to give that a bit of a juxtaposition.
Yes,
Because sequin is obviously very glitz and glam.
Yeah.
So when you incorporate something like leather, it just turns it into something completely different, more of a grunge effect.
Okay. And mesh shirt.
Love a mesh shirt. I'm
Right.
always out in a mesh. Always out in a mesh shirt. Just because with mesh shirt, it's something that's very sexy. It's covered, but you show the tiniest bit of skin. So it's like, what's underneath there? But I can see it. But
Yeah.
it's almost, you're playing into it a bit.
And you know what's funny? I was at the stores recently and I was like looking at menswear.
Yes.
And I was like, huh? Okay, retailers are now giving men mesh shirts.
I'm quite excited. I've also been in the shops and I
Yeah.
see, okay, we upping the men's section a little
Yes,
bit, which is amazing to see.
Yes, and platform heels or platform shoes.
Always.
Right.
If I I love seeing a woman in super high stilettos or super platform shoes. As I said, it goes back into that very Bratz Y2K
Yeah.
aesthetic.
Fantasy world.
Yes.
And then a male purse.
Male purse.
Yeah.
I think if it's done correctly,
Right.
then it looks really good. So if your whole outfit can go with a male purse, if it all blends well together, then definitely.
Right. And I've seen a lot of men are carrying bags now.
Yes, which is amazing to see. It's nice to see when someone can blend femininity and masculinity together to create something very unique.
And it looks nice.
It does look really nice.
And it's functional.
It's functional. Why do we not deserve to have bags?
Where do you put your keys?
Exactly. Pockets aren't big enough for everything.
Yeah. Okay. Thomas. We're gonna look at what the people in Nelson Mandela Bay are wearing, and when we come back, Thomas and I will comment about what they are wearing. And we are back. Thomas, tell us, what do you think about Busiswa's look?
I think it's stunning. It's very much on trend at the moment, very modern and also very versatile. It's very much something that we are seeing either on Pinterest or on social media, which is really amazing to see in the Bay.
I love it.
I love the short skirt mixed with the shoes and the print on the shirts.
Right? It's giving like the whole trend about, what's that tennis they called?
It's called the new tennis thing.
The whole new
paddle. Yes, it is paddle,
like,
right?
It's whole paddle vibe.
Yes, very athleisure.
Yes, pleated skirt, love it. Shout out to Busiswa Njobe. You look stunning, girl.
Yes, beautiful.
Our next look is Nkosi. Yes, how do you feel about this?
I really like this. This is perfect for a winter look or something as well, to go run errands, but also go meet your friend for a coffee or a drink or something, but also can be styled for something going into the evening. So it's something very versatile from daytime to nighttime.
True.
And it's really nice seeing males express themselves more
exactly
like this.
And you know what, I was watching now, they were saying scarves are actually trending right now.
Yes.
And don't wear the scarf the normal way, like put it on your head. People are wearing it as skirts and what. I
also love a scarf. Personally, I don't actually wear a lot of scarves, but I really love to see other people pull it off,
right?
Especially if it has like a really beautiful bold print.
Yes, I love it. I think he styled everything here well.
And I like the addition to the cap with the jewelry.
Oh, yes.
And the jewelry with the soft scarf.
Yes.
Love it.
Shout out Ngosi. People in the Bay are actually stylish.
It's really refreshing to see, because lots of people actually in the Bay, I feel like, could express themselves a bit more. I think because we are more of a smaller city or a town, as most people like to call it, you don't really see lots of individuals express themselves.
Yes.
But I think it is slowly changing. You do see more and more, especially young people, coming out and just dressing better, but also having their own unique sense of style, which is something that I am a big advocate for.
Yes. And on this show, we also promote that. Like, dress your style, be confident.
Which is so important.
Right?
100%.
Definitely. Thomas, I'd like to ask, what has been the most exciting highlight in your career so far?
I would say probably last year. That was a very, very much a pinnacle of my career so far. Last year, I got to go to the luxurious Marble Circus, which was in Johannesburg.
Okay.
And they are partnered with Investec.
Yes.
And it's a food and drink festival where they get so many different artists from across South Africa to come perform. And they even have a few international artists like DJs that come, and it's a 2-day festival. They're doing it again this year.
Okay.
And a big dream of mine, always since I was younger, especially in my fashion career, I've always wanted to style performers or singers. And last year that really came true. I flew up with our team from Goodnight Productions.
Yes.
So it was 3 ladies, Karen, Lisa, and Michelle. And we got to go up to the luxurious Marble Circus. They performed, and I went up as their personal designer and stylist.
Wow.
So flew up with them. I created some of their looks. I did their makeup, I did their styling, and some social media work for them. So that was very big moment in my career.
Wow, that's so great.
Which was super exciting, and I'm so grateful for that. Yes.
Also, can you tell us about exciting projects or platforms where your work has been showcased? Okay, you said, how did these opportunities, tell the people how these opportunities came about?
So, as a creative, especially as a designer or anyone in the creative field, it's really important to network at the end of the day and also
Yes.
make sure of telling people what you do. But besides networking, it's really important to put yourself out there and create brand awareness and to work really hard. So,
I hear you. I hear you. So then, how can they position themselves?
position themselves. I think obviously social media is
Yes.
a really powerful tool. So if you're not making use of that, you really need to hop on that train. And I know it's really difficult to get to that point. You know, lots of people don't like being in front of the camera, or you feel maybe a bit scared about what other people might say or what
Yes.
other people might think.
Yes.
And that's a very natural thing to do. But and work really hard, but also fail a lot of the times.
Yes.
I think that's really important. I sometimes look back at things that I've created when I was starting out and I was like, I can't believe that I made something like that.
Yeah.
Or sometimes you do finish a project and it didn't go the way that you wanted. And sometimes that is really soul crushing, but it's really important to have those moments to show how you could do something a bit differently. What are you going to improve on the next time? And it just helps you become a stronger creative and a designer at the end of the day.
And it's part of the process.
It's part of the process.
The beginning is always awkward and weird, and it's like, oh my gosh, what am I doing this? Who am I doing this for?
Exactly.
Like your image is like, are you that desperate?
100%.
But it's part of the process. You just have to go and start.
Yes.
No one starts high.
No, you have to start at the bottom. And also, it takes time. You don't, it's not going to happen overnight. In some cases, maybe it does happen, but it's a constant thing that you have to work on daily, monthly, yearly.
Yes.
I'm still not at the point where I would like to be, but it's always important to reference 2 years ago.
Yes.
Am I in a different space than I was 2 years ago? 100%.
Yeah.
But that is because of the constant grind or the effort that you put in.
I love that, Thomas. And from your perspective as a designer working in Gqeberha, what change would you like to see in the local fashion industry?
I would like to see more people work together and put themselves out there and not be afraid to take risks. So work together, and I'm not talking about collaborations, but I'm talking about paid work. So paid work, you have a stylist on board, you have a makeup artist on board, you have someone that's either doing film or photography to create like a unit where you can create very much a brand, but you can create an experience. You network with people and put yourself out there to build your portfolio. I think that's very important. And yeah.
Paid work, please,
Paid
guys.
Paid work is very important.
Yes.
Designers do not, or any creative.
Yes.
I think it is sometimes, starting out, you have to do those small projects to get yourself out there, but there has to come a point in a time where you don't do work for free anymore, because at the end of the day, us as creatives, it is a real job, which lots of people still don't think so.
And it takes a lot of work.
It takes a lot of work.
Effort.
Yes.
Time.
Yes.
And money.
100%.
Definitely. And what advice would you give an upcoming young designer?
Upcoming young designer, be true to yourself and have a set goal or vision in mind, and to never give up. Even if you think sometimes you're failing or it's not worth it, or when is my breakthrough coming, it might just be around the corner. So always work hard, network, and create a strong brand persona.
Yes, definitely love that. Network, strong brand persona, network, connect, network.
Every person that you meet, always make it an effort to speak. Go to events, go to social gatherings, put yourself out there on social media, because you never know who you're going to speak to, and always make it an effort to tell people what you do.
Yes, definitely. And show people.
And show your work. Always have your work on hand. Have a portfolio that you can just open and show to people.
Thank you, Thomas, for being our guest. It was lovely having you here. Where can people find you?
They can find me on social media, especially on Instagram. That's where I'm the most active on. So my handle is at the Thomas Lee. So at THEEE with 3 E's _ Thomas TOMAS underscore Lee, Thomas Lee. And I'm also active on Facebook. That's just Thomas Lee, but mostly on Instagram and on Facebook.
All right, that's great to know, Thomas. Guys, you can find us on all social media platforms, The Fashion Room. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Comment. Tell us who you want to see on the next episode.